Really, I mean, the most important trades, the biggest trades, the most important client relationships are all managed on the phone. And even things as simple and plain vanilla as cash equities, listed futures, block trades happen on the phone. And there's a reason for that, because people have been speaking to each other for 100,000 years. There's a reason you and I are here chatting today. We're not emailing, we're not IMing, because it's a much higher quality way of communicating. Given that that's happening, and given that will continue to happen, how do firms comply with all these rules which require them to keep track of everything that goes on around a trade? Voice calls are recorded, but the recordings are very low quality. They're stored in a way that's very difficult to retrieve. There's a lot of compression that goes on that when you listen to, and I've listened to a lot of these recordings, you just can't tell what's going on. And in this day and age, it doesn't need to be that way. So your question of how do firms comply, firms just need to use the latest technology. It's all out there. All the kind of stuff that we have on our smartphone that every consumer in the street has access to very easily and very cheaply. We just need to deploy that in the financial markets. Our approach is really to update the technology by 30 or 40 years. The start of Green Key, Anthony Tassoni, our founder, when he was looking at these trading desks and seeing people using old pieces of hunks of plastic to make phone calls, whether it's a dealer board, a turret, a standard phone, these are 30, 40-year-old devices. And they use, these phone calls are running down dedicated copper wires that, to put in place a new line, you have to call a union-regulated electrician. He has to come and literally run a copper wire up to your floor. And if a trader, a salesperson, a broker wants to talk to a new client on one of these lines, it takes them about 2 months to put that line in. By taking the latest cutting-edge technology that's available in lots of other places of our lives and applying that to the markets and making that accessible and available, because Apple, FaceTime, Google Hangouts, Skype, those products, while they're very, very good, they're not designed for the financial markets, and you can't use them. They don't have the security, the encryption that would make them appropriate for regulated firms. As of today, it's not usable data. You go into any big trading floor or big broking house and there's 1,000 traders or brokers on a floor yelling and screaming into telephones. That data is just disappearing into the ether. And what can be done, and what Green Key does, is capture that data, capture the voice, capture the spoken word, turn it into usable data. So we're about data capture. Capturing that data, we don't do the analytics. We just then provide that to the client to be able to run all the analytics that they're used to running on electronic trading and electronic interest on the voice. And that's super exciting. When someone does a trade on the telephone, all the interaction happens by voice. We then put the phone down. We have to type all those details into a system because we have to capture it for reporting and for risk and for clearing. With the Green Key, you don't have to do that anymore. As we speak on the phone, the Green Key ticket pops up and says, "Hi, I think you just sold $10 million of vanilla swaps to this client at this price, at this tenor. Touch here to send to all your systems." And for a broker or a trader or a salesperson, that's a huge efficiency gain. That's what we see will be truly transformational for the markets.